Good evening to all of you who are in India, and good morning and good afternoon to our friends and associates who are part of this program watching us live from other parts of the world. I have great pleasure of opening the IVCA Maximum India Conclave that we are hosting in a virtual manner. I would like to express my heartiest greetings and congratulations to IVCA for their institutional leadership and transformative initiatives in promoting a vibrant, inclusive, and sustainable private equity capital ecosystem in India. Today, this ecosystem has enabled the creation of a dynamic startup culture and an entrepreneurial environment for the young and new entrepreneurs to thrive and flourish. IBCA has helped create an environment for India to be seen as an attractive investment destination for blue chip and established investors, including private equity investors, venture capital, sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, and insurance companies to invest in the Indian market. This requires vision, imagination, and cooperation across different stakeholders, including the government agencies. The current IVCA Executive Committee needs to be commended for an amazing job in not just putting this amazing conclave together, but also showing amazing leadership in navigating IVCA through these amazing few years. At the outset, let me also introduce chief guest of today's conclave, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Union Cabinet Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Government of India. We are very fortunate to have Mrs. Sitharaman's presence at the conclave, given her numerous responsibilities and busy schedule. I've had the privilege of interacting with the Honorable Finance Minister and the Finance Ministry for the last few years, having had the privilege of setting up two marquee investments funds for them, NIF and Swami Fund 1, both of which have been visionary and game changer for the Indian investment ecosystem. Having been in the corporate sector for over 2 decades, I have been most impressed and inspired by three extraordinary qualities of the Honorable Finance Minister. First, her knowledge, expertise, and skills relating to the matters that she deals with at the ministry. She's organized, meticulous, and thorough, which makes the meetings and interactions with the ministry outcome oriented, meaningful, and impactful. Second, her natural and inherent ability to listen, absorb, and take feedback. This is one of the most important qualities of enlightened leadership and effective public policy making. The Honorable Finance Minister has always made it a point to listen to all stakeholders, even when there are disagreements as to the course of action. This provides greater credibility and legitimacy in the decision making process. We are very fortunate to have her as India's finance minister. Third, a rare quality among people that must be acknowledged and celebrated. She's self effacing and demonstrates simplicity and utmost humility. These qualities of head and heart make our Union Finance Minister extremely special, and we are indeed fortunate that she is amidst us today. I would like to take this opportunity to extend a special welcome to Ms. Renuka Ramnath, Chairperson, IVCA, and founder, MD, and CEO, Mang Investment Management. Ms. Ramnath has been with the IVCA for over 20 years and has held various roles across the I would like to highlight two of her significant contributions to the industry. First, over the years, she has championed steadfastly the opening of domestic pools of capital, interacted with the government, regulators, LPs, and to participate in the alternative asset management class. Second, she has brought to fore the versatility of the VC and the PE industry by pioneering early on transactions such as buyouts, management buyouts, carve out of businesses, incubation, and a plethora of strategies across sectors. As the chairperson, she has led and represented IVCA in its deep engagement with the government and regulators for conducive regulations for the industry. During her tenure, she has mobilized the experience and powerful suggestions of the entire executive committee of the IVCA, the government, regulators, members, and investors. On a lighter note, I can't help but notice that contrary to the usual practice in conferences, The first three speakers in this conclave happen to be women, and that makes this conclave even more special. I sincerely hope that this conclave fulfills the objectives for which it has been organized, and the thematic sessions and the speakers who will be speaking in the next 2 days reflect the most comprehensive and compelling set of individuals representing all major sectors that are critically relevant for the development of the Indian economy. I have the great pleasure in now inviting Renuka Ramnath to deliver her welcome address.
Thank you, Pratibha. It's indeed a great privilege and honor for me to present IVCA's Maximum India Conclave to showcase the potential of India as an attractive investment destination to all of you, our esteemed investors and delegates. A very warm welcome to all of you to this conference, Maximum India Conclave. Indian economy is irreversibly set on its path to achieve $5 trillion in less than a decade. It is anchored on the entrepreneurial energy of Indians, backed by a very powerful ecosystem to bring this energy into fruition. This ecosystem comprises the Government of India, the regulators, the entrepreneurs, the PEVC community, and the professional firms, the chartered accountant firms, the lawyers, the advisors, the consultants who stand behind this group of professionals to make the $5 trillion India come to pass. The current context of the investment landscape is one where the opportunities have come hand in hand with a very powerful development of the ecosystem. We have 380 alternative asset managers in India, covering the entire spectrum of investment strategies. We have over 100 professional firms who each employ thousands of professionals specializing in the activity of legal services, audit services, uh, due diligence experts, ESG experts, forensic, taxation advice, and so on. Is India a favorable investment destination should no longer be a question in anybody's mind. To put the context of the absorptive capacity of India, India absorbed about $123 billion in the last 2 years, as opposed to $200 billion in the previous 5 years. This is roughly 1.8% of our GDP. With the coming of age of the alternative investment industry, we expect that the alternative asset penetration to GDP will go up from the current 1.8% to a 3%, and in a good case to even a 5%. We therefore see India's absorptive capacity to be 500 to 750 billion dollars in just next 5 years. The returns from the funds in the past decade has indeed been impressive. The top quartile fund managers have delivered anywhere from 15 to 20% net IRR to their investors in the investments post 2011. The exit options for investments have vastly improved in the country. We have a full spectrum of exit options that are available, starting from PE to PE exits to capital markets in India and overseas, and a very solid flow of strategic options for rolling into other strategic players as a way of giving exit to the private equity investments. Indian entrepreneurs today are very well enabled to build businesses which are world class and world scale. Their entire energy is suitably supported by the digital capabilities that India has built, several technology solutions which make reaching the remotest part of India possible, and a digital infrastructure which allows us to build an inclusive India. I, for one, as a lifer in this industry, has not seen a more potent and vibrant environment for investments in the alternative asset class in the previous 25 years that I have been. It is the coming together of the opportunity and the capability and a serious desire by the government to push this form of raising risk capital for the growth of this country. All of us will agree that the risk capital that the entrepreneurs need will play a very pivotal role in building the India of our dreams, the $5 trillion Indian economy. This industry has received immense acknowledgement and support from the government and the regulators to channelize this risk capital into the country. The recent AIF regulations, the GIFT City initiative, the Startup India program are all examples of how much tailwind that this industry has received from the government in order to make it more prolific and play a pivotal role in building the India of tomorrow. The 3 days of the Maximum India Conclave is an attempt by the coming together of the entire ecosystem of participants under the initiative of the Indian Venture Capital Association to present the $1 trillion investment opportunity in India in the next decade. This conference is an endeavor to get all of the participants from the government, the corporate leaders, entrepreneurs, investment managers, and the professional services firm to showcase the compelling India opportunity to you. We are very well aware that there is a lot of research on India. There is a lot written by many of the research houses and also a lot spoken by media. However, all of us as industry participants were very keen under the aegis of IVCA to share with you a practitioner's guide of how do you benefit as a potential investor and as an existing investor from this massive India growth opportunity, which is why we put together this Maximum India Conclave so that we could present a practical view, a ringside view of what exactly goes on in the making of India to all of you. And I'm sure you will greatly benefit from hearing from the entrepreneurs and the corporate leaders and the practitioner investment managers in the coming 3 days in this conference. I would like to once again reiterate that today, what we witness in India is the coming together of opportunities, capital, entrepreneurship, regulations, and professional services, including fund management capability, to make India a very reliable, high growth investment destination from which investors, both from India and from around the world, can greatly benefit. This event has come together with the gracious presence and participation of government dignitaries, eminent business leaders from India, distinguished panelists comprising investors from India and from around the world, entrepreneurs, and professional experts. I'd like to specially mention the effort of Prekwin, who will be presenting a special fact sheet at this event. Thank you for coming together to present the compelling India investment destination. What you will witness in the next 3 days is the effort of the entire executive committee of Indian Venture Capital Association, the team members of IVCA, the board members of IVCA, and their ability to access their entire network to put together a presentation on India, the most compelling investment destination, a $1 trillion investment destination, a potential to invest in a $5 trillion economy in the making. Welcome once again, and I truly look forward, along with all of you, for the deliberations in the ensuing 3 days.
Thank you, Renuka, for those illuminating remarks. I have just been told by the organizers that we have to move to stage two for hearing the Honorable Finance Minister's speech.